Welcome to the 30th commencement exercises of Westmoore High School. While members of the combined choirs make their way to the risers, please join me in welcoming your salutatorians for the senior class of 2018, Christopher Pham and Jackson Weldon.
At this time, would you please stand? Please remove all caps and with hand over heart, join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
After the pledge, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem to be sung by the Westmoore High School Chamber Choir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Greetings, Jaguar Nation. I would like to formally welcome you to the 30th commencement exercises of Westmoore High School for the senior class of 2018. 30 years ago, 3 decades have passed since the opening of Westmoore High School. As we look to and prepare for the future, let us all please try to maintain the high level of excellence established by all who have passed through our hallowed halls. To all of those in attendance today, I'm asking you to please conduct yourselves in the same respectful, cooperative, and exemplary fashion that this group of seniors has shown throughout their senior year. This is a day for celebration, a day of joy, and unbridled happiness. As we celebrate this day with our seniors, let us do so in a way that will not distract from what they have accomplished. Rather, let us do so in a way that shines the light on our seniors and what they have accomplished. Let's celebrate together in a respectful manner, respectful to ourselves, our families, the great institution of Westmoore High School, and most importantly, to this outstanding group of young adults that are assembled here today. After all, they are still watching and learning by our actions. Let us continue to teach them as best we can by providing an example of dignity. To that point, Cox Center management has asked us to remind you that noisemakers of any kind are strictly prohibited. Please keep this in mind as the names of our graduating seniors are being read when they cross the stage. Today is the day that every single name that is announced deserves to be heard without interruption. In just a few moments, this year's senior class officers will lead the class of 2018 across the stage to graduate. They have set the bar high for those that will follow. Their legacy will last. Senior class officers for the class of 2018, Please stand as I call your name. President Sophie Wortham. Vice President Abby Pachin. Secretary-Treasurer Connor Joyner. Reporter Carson Curtis. Thank you. Seniors, in less than 2 hours, you will no longer be graduating seniors. You will have become members of the Westmoore alumni. Carry that distinction proudly throughout your life and always remember, once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar. I would like to ask my fellow senior class sponsors, Laura Burnell and Melinda Parks, to join me at this time as we make a few introductions. President of the Board of Education, Mrs. Stacy Pruitt. Vice President, Mrs. Amy Reeves. Mr. Mike Wright is not with us today. Mrs. Allison Ritchie. Mrs. Karen Shuey. Also, Westmoore High School's administration, our principal, Mr. Mark Hunt. Our senior principal, Mr. Billy Langford. Junior principal, Mrs. Betty Minton. Sophomore principal, Mr. John Finn. Freshman principal, Mrs. Cynthia Decker. And our athletic facilitator, Mr. John Burris.
It is my pleasure to recognize members of Moore Public Schools Administration. Dr. Robert Romine, Superintendent. Johnny Bailey, Assistant Superintendent. David Peak, Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education and Instruction. Michelle McNear, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Education and Instruction. BJ Ryan, Chief Financial Officer. Jimmy Martin, Managing Director of Career and Technology Education, Alternative Education, and Child Nutrition. Brian Fitzgerald, Athletic Director. Shannon Thompson, Dean of Academics. Christy Hernandez, Director of Student Services. Brandon Wilmarth, Director of Instructional Technology. And Penny Clark, Night School and Summer School Principal and Director of Credit Recovery.
It is my pleasure today to recognize our very special guests. To the right of the stage, the Westmoore High School Band, under the direction of Brad Harrison, Director of Bands, assisted by Steve Smith, Assistant Director, Marty Ortega, Associate Director, and Ari Taylor, Associate Director. And on the opposite end of the stage, the combined choirs of Westmoore High School under the direction of Ann Dawson and accompanied by Gina Early.
It is my pleasure to recognize those faculty members who are wearing a silver cord as a part of their regalia. These are charter members having taught at Westmoore High School since the first day Westmoore opened its doors 30 years ago. Would those charter members of the faculty please stand and remain standing? A true measure of a high school's impact is the number of former students who return to teach at their own alma mater. It is my pleasure to recognize those faculty members wearing a white cord as a part of their regalia who are graduates of Westmoore High School. Would those alumni members of the faculty please stand and remain standing? And last but certainly not least, would the remainder of the faculty of Westmoore High School please stand to be recognized? Thank you.
Class of 2018, this will be my final opportunity to address you as your senior class principal. I want you to know that it's been my privilege and honor to serve as your principal this school year. Just as your time at Westmoore is ending, someone central to the success of the class of 2018 is also leaving the hall of Westmoore High School for the last time. Jimmy Fleming's creativity, energy, positivity, and Jaguar pride shaped the senior experience for thousands of students. His wisdom and his example leave a remarkable legacy. Mr. Fleming, thank you for your dedication to Westmoore seniors, and congratulations on your retirement. Throughout the year, many of you have been recognized for your outstanding accomplishments. The graduation ceremony is intended to celebrate and honor the academic accomplishments of this year's senior class. At this time, we would like to recognize a group of individuals who have achieved beyond the established criteria. The honor graduates of Westmoore have done so by maintaining a 4-year grade point average of 4.0 or above. Honor graduates, please stand and receive recognition for your academic accomplishments by a round of applause. Thank you. At this time, I would like Christopher Pham and Jackson Weldon to stand. The student ranked second in a graduating class traditionally receives the title of Salutatorian. However, this year we have an unusual circumstance of 2 talented seniors sharing this position. Please join me in a round of applause congratulating Christopher and Jackson for being the class of 2018 Salutatorians. Thank you. Would Jordan Bays and Lauren Wynn please stand? In the graduating class of approximately 580 students, typically one stands alone with the highest grade point average. This student is given the title of Valedictorian. Not only do we have 2 Salutatorians this year, but in another rare occurrence, 2 exceptional students are tied for the highest academic rank in the senior class. Please join me as we recognize Jordan Bays and Lauren Wynn, both of whom have earned the honor of being named Valedictorian for the class of 2018.
Hi, I am Jordan Bays. Some of you may know me as the girl who wears Crocs. Yeah. Thanks. I have dreamed of being up here for years. My mom was one of 6 valedictorians, and she gave a speech on this same stage 35 years ago. So this day is even more special to me. There was a movie that came out when we were kids called Meet the Robinsons. The saying that is throughout the movie is to keep moving forward. They never let obstacles slow them down, and that is what we need to do. We are Jaguars, and we have been through a lot together. But now, it is time for us to keep moving forward. We have worked too hard to start standing on the sidelines now. It is okay, however, to look back and remember all the good times we had. At the end of the movie, there is a song called Little Wonders, and that is what kept going through my head while I wrote this. It starts off with, "Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulders. Don't you know, the hardest part is over." And the chorus talks about, our lives were made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. We survived high school. A huge chapter of our lives is over, but we will remember all the little things that made our experiences unique to us. For me, I will remember musical rehearsals where we were all just exhausted, but still trying to finish the scene. Making Parks cry because she was laughing so hard at our 15-person WAP class, making my annual French video, decorating the Calc BC door for Christmas, listening to 80s music in my AP computer science class, and so much more. Of course, we will remember the studying, hard work, and tears that make up high school. But what will stick with me more are the memories that I made with my friends. I truly consider a lot of my friends that I have made here like family. Some of you I've known since elementary school, and some of you just became my friends this year. But know that you have made an impact on my life, and I will not forget you. The same is also true for the teachers I have had. I do have a few special people that I would like to thank. Kelly Balkins and my squad for making my senior year a little more interesting. Worm and my church youth group for helping keep me grounded throughout high school. My best friend Linda, aka Shelby Gatton, for putting up with me on a daily basis and going through this with me the whole way. My family who has supported me, specifically my sister, dad, and mom, who put up with my studying and stress more than anyone else. I don't know where each of you are going or what you want to do, but know that we are all connected and we can do whatever we want if we set our minds to it and work for it. So keep moving forward, Jaguars. I can't wait to see what we have in store for our future. Thank you.
Before I'd like to begin, I would like to give a quick word of gratitude to those who have shaped my high school career. To my parents for supporting me throughout my entire journey. To my sister, Lily, and my amazing teachers for guiding me through every step of the way. To my grandpa for constantly inspiring me to do and achieve more. And finally, to all the friends who have made high school worth it, especially Team No Feels, thank you. An open letter to 15-year-old me. As you begin your freshman year of high school, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. Honestly, high school is hard. You're gonna lose some of the people you've been with for years. There's gonna be so many nights where your homework seems to be endless, but it'll be okay. For every friend lost, you'll make another amazing bond. For every night of stress, another morning of success will come. 'Cause guess what? You're gonna be valedictorian. And someday, you're gonna have to speak to hundreds of people. Which is what I'm doing right now. Hi everybody, it's me, Lauren. This is where I meet you all now. To the class of 2018. They say these will be the best years of our lives, and they truly have been some amazing years, but as I look into the future, I can only hope for so much more for all of us. Honestly, I hope life gets better because high school has given me more than enough embarrassing moments. But in all seriousness, as we take our first steps into adulthood, I hope you all know that there is so much more time to live a better life. Even if you find yourselves in a bad spot, hoping that you could go back to the simpler high school days, I hope you know that you can always be who you used to be, but better. As I have opened myself up to all of you today, I hope you can do the same in return, but instead to those you encounter in the days to come. Finally, my friends, as we begin to part ways, I leave you all, and anyone who may need it, with a few wise words from Eric Roth. For what it's worth, it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Thank you.
Standing here in front of you today, every emotion possible is running through my mind. I am sad the time has come to leave my happy and safe place I call Westmoore. I'm nervous to know this is the beginning of a new chapter and scared, although hopeful, for what the future holds. More than anything, I feel happy. Happy to see my peers' faces here at the finish line. Happy all of us have conquered 4 years full of Friday night lights, spirit days, assemblies, homework, tests, friendships, lessons learned, and lots of memories. The thing I struggled with most when writing this speech was not that I was overcome with sadness, but more so the realization that the greatest days of our lives so far are coming to an end. I'm really grateful to have had the opportunity to lead our class all 4 years of high school. It has taught me so many valuable life lessons and allowed me to really make friendships and relationships that will be cherished for a long time. I remember my freshman year when I had first decided to run. I wrote my speech in the parking lot 20 minutes before it was due. I hadn't put too much thought into it and definitely did not think I would win, but I did and continue to pursue that same path up until this very day. Who would have thought? I can truly say I've done it all throughout my time at Westmoore High School. I lived out every day, every moment, and every second with no regrets. I was part of a team and really learned how to persevere when things got tough. I learned how to depend on a big group of girls to get specific jobs done on the court rather than just myself. I learned that no matter how much you practice, nothing will truly progress until you believe in yourself first. I was part of a leadership group who showed me how to put others before myself. It showed me that sometimes all the behind-the-scenes work doesn't always get credit. And that's okay because it's about how you impact someone positively rather than getting credit for it. A quote that has been so precious to me throughout every trial and tribulation I've experienced these last 4 years is by Maya Angelou. It says, "I've learned that people will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." We did it and we are graduating. If you are sitting here today thinking about regrets you have, let this be a motivational push to help you live the rest of your life from here on out with absolutely no regrets. We're not going to remember the books, the desks, or the classroom. We're going to remember the people in this class and the people in this room, the people who mean the most in these personal relationships. These are the things we're going to remember. The more risks you take, the more joys you will experience. These past 2 weeks of my final year have reminded me all of the little things that come with being a student at Westmoore. Running to lunch every day has truly been a treat. I can say I've learned how to eat a meal at a rapid time pace of 28 minutes in order to be back in class within the allotted time frame. I have thoroughly enjoyed each of the 9 times I was privileged enough to spend a Saturday taking the ACT. I will miss the days of smuggling paper from the teacher workroom and stealing masking tape from any resource possible, but good thing I have all the paint stains on my wood floors at home to remind me of it. Thank you to the seniors for dedicating your time and support to be able to win 3 Spirit Sticks in a row. We have truly left our mark and a legacy. I really appreciate the teachers and the staff at Westmoore. I know the teacher walkout came with a lot of emotions, and some of you might be reconsidering your career in education. Personally, if there's anyone to thank at the end of this journey, it's you guys. Every day, you made a difference in our lives. We have been taught valuable lessons, both in subject content and life. We have been molded, nurtured, and loved by the teachers at Westmoore. You guys truly do make a difference. To my leadership class, it's been a privilege watching you grow into amazing leaders over the past 4 years. Thank you for letting there never be a dull moment. I know in years to come, when I'm older and I can look back on my high school days, you will be the first thought that comes to my mind. Thank you for dealing with me every day. A special shout out to Mr. Strika. You have been a gift to me in our class. Thank you for all you have done. I have loved starting my mornings with my favorite group of people each day. I love you guys. To my officers, this year would not have run smoothly without the help from you. A truly heartfelt thank you. Abby, thank you for having my back through everything and for being one of the hardest working people I know. Carson, thank you for always being ready to do whatever needed to be done through the course of the year. You will do such big things. And Connor, you have so much potential to do whatever you want to do. I am so proud of how much you guys have grown this year. Thank you. To my mom, I can't even begin to put into words all the things you have done for me. I thank God every day I get to be your daughter. I have never seen anyone throw a party like you can, and have never seen a mom cry as much as you have this last year. I hope one day I can be at least half the mom you are to me as I wish to be to my kids. I love you so much and will never be able to thank you enough for pushing and sculpting me into the woman I am today. Thank you. To my dad, thank you for always showing me the fun side of life. Thank you for never giving up on me, for always being my go-to and always being the first one I call. You've shown me how to continuously look at the bright side of things and to always give everyone in life the benefit of the doubt. I'll always be your little girl. I love you. To my siblings, I'm so proud of you 3. Life would be so boring without you guys. I love having 3 built-in best friends. Thank you for making me laugh every day, and remember, I'm always just a phone call away. As I near the end of this speech, I want you all to know so far that these have been the greatest days of my life. And thank you, class of 2018. It's been a fun ride. Thank you for always believing in me. Thank you to my family and friends for supporting me. Never forget the time is now, and once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar. Thank you.
Before I get going, I would like to introduce a gentleman who we inadvertently left out. Mr. Hart Brown, if you would please stand. He is the principal of Vista Academy, and I know some of you would not be here today had he not been your leader over at Vista. Thank you. I welcome the members of the school board, Superintendent Romines, administrative members, faculty, staff, parents, grandparents, family, and friends to the 30th commencement ceremony of Westmoore High School. Thank you, parents, family members, Westmoore faculty, staff, and administration for the work you have done for these young people. On this Memorial Holiday weekend, please help me honor those courageous women and men who serve in our armed forces to protect us. If you are a current member of the military service or a veteran, including our seniors who have enlisted, would you please stand and allow us to honor you? Thank you. We are also extremely thankful for our first responders who protect our schools, save lives, work tirelessly without regard for their own safety to help us in our time of need. Would you all please stand? It is an honor and privilege for me to recognize several of our faculty who will be retiring at the end of this ceremony. If you would please stand when I call your name. Frank Pickle. Mr. Pickle. Seniors used to cringe when they saw Mr. Pickle wearing a coat and tie because they knew that was test day. But Mr. Pickle's taught for 36 years, 26 of them at Westmoore High School. Andy Scott. Andy Scott has taught 40 years, 30 at Westmoore High School. Ben Stryka. Mr. Stryka has taught for 40 years, again 30 years at Westmoore High School. And then, as he was mentioned before, Mr. Jimmy Fleming, one of your senior sponsors. 34 years in education, 30 at Westmoore High School. These four gentlemen have a combined 150 years of service in public education. And I can promise you, they were instrumental in creating the foundation of Westmoore High School of high expectations and achievement. And gentlemen, we thank you all so much. But now, while we're really here to honor our seniors, the class of 2018, 580 seniors strong, has declared its excellence by accepting scholarship monies totaling $4.4 million. Yeah. Scholarships have been awarded for excellence in academia, fine arts, leadership, citizenship, and athletics. These are just some of the honors that have been bestowed on graduating class. 2 students were named Academic All-State, 1 National Merit Scholar, 8 Oklahoma State Regent Scholars. 156 students will receive the Diploma of Distinction. 55 students named Oklahoma Academic Scholars. 141, which is roughly 25% of this senior class, has posted a 4.0 GPA. Eight seniors have completed at least 50 hours of community service outside of what they do at Westmoore High School. Our National Honor Society, they've logged nearly 1,000 hours in community service. Our Student Council, again, honored as a National Gold Council. Choir, and you guys heard them earlier, they're outstanding. They had 7 All-Staters and had superior ratings at every state contest. We even had 1 student receive the State Superintendent's Award for Arts Excellence. You can clap. Our speech and debate team for the first time ever was the Class 6A state champions, with 9 students qualifying for nationals and 5 All-Staters. Band, they were recipients of the OSSAA Sweepstakes Achievement Awards. They received superior ratings at the OSSAA State Concert contest and superior ratings at the regional marching contest. Our winter guard were the 2018 state champions, and our band, they were the Oklahoma Bandmasters Marching Championship finalist and had one all-state member. Drama advanced our one-act play team to the state finals, and we had over 3,000 people attend our musical, The Little Mermaid. 10 of our athletic teams were honored by the OSSAA for academic achievement, with football and cheerleaders being awarded academic state champions. It's the second time in a row for our football team. 8 athletic teams made the state tournament. 10 students have been named Athletic All-State. 27 of our student athletes have received athletic scholarships. Palm, they won the Oklahoma State Championship and were also national champions in Orlando, Florida. We were the Moore War champions for the 17th year in a row. Cheer traveled to Dallas and won a national championship. 7 of our teams were city champions. Baseball was runner-up state champs. And who would forget our slow pitch softball? They were the 6A state champions this year. Our Special Olympians shined brightly in Stillwater, coming back with numerous medals. Our community service, completed by our various student teams, clubs, and student organizations, comes up to approximately 10,000 hours. They've also raised thousands of dollars for charities. 70% of this class have expressed that they will pursue degrees in higher education. Our students will be attending colleges and universities throughout the state of Oklahoma and across the country. We will have students attending Stanford University in the west and the Naval Academy in Maryland in the east. Students will be attending colleges in New Jersey, Arizona, Kansas, and Colorado. 8 of our courageous seniors will be entering the armed forces. 50 of our students have expressed that they will continue their education through technology centers. The senior class of 2018 has demonstrated that they have the skills necessary to be lifelong learners and productive citizens in our society. In a few minutes, each member of this class will have his or her name read as they cross the stage. Again, please be mindful of parents, families, and friends' desire to hear their graduate's name called out by the announcers by remaining silent as their name is read. Seniors, you have met the high standards set by the graduating classes before you and have earned your place in the history of excellence at Westmoore High School. And now, Dr. Romines, may I present to you these students for graduation. They have fulfilled the obligations and the requirements designated by the Moore Public Schools and the state of Oklahoma and have earned the right to be named the 30th graduating class of Westmoore High School. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. We're all gathered here this afternoon to celebrate yet another milestone in the lives of the graduating class of 2018. It is my honor to address our students one last time before they head out to accomplish great things. Students, it's been almost 30 years to the day that I graduated from Moore Public Schools. As I look back, I remember a lot of things from that night. I was sitting in this very room wearing my cap and gown. I was excited to move forward to my next chapter in my upcoming life. I'm not going to lie to you, I was scared to death. What would happen next And would I ever see the people in my senior class again? Realistically, the answer to that last question is no. So look around you, memorize the faces of your friends and classmates before you leave this afternoon, because you most likely will not see them in one place again. There are a couple of things I don't remember from that night 30 years ago. I don't remember who the commencement speaker was, nor do I remember what they discussed. Therefore, I'm going to try and keep this short and hope that you will listen and remember what I'm about to share with you this afternoon. As you know, older people love to tell teenagers how to live their lives. I realize that you're probably tired of the advice that you've received and still receiving from your teachers, your parents, family members, and even from some of your friends. But since we are here and I have this great opportunity, I feel obligated to take one last shot. So here is my advice to you. Number one, graduates, your parents really are some of the smartest people that you will ever know. I know that they might seem boring to you now, but they haven't always been that way. Once upon a time, they were just like you, carefree and young, doing wild and crazy things. Their lives changed the very minute that you were born. Their focus then became you and trying to be the best parent possible. So give your parents an extra hug this afternoon and tell them that you love them. They have sacrificed a lot for you to be here today. Number two, trust yourself. Ask yourself what defines you. What do you want to be? How are you going to give back? Once you've answered those questions, trust yourselves, chart your own course, and do not let others define you. Number three, take risks and do not be afraid to fail. Life is going to be full of ups and downs. When you're down, get back up and keep moving forward. Look for those opportunities and take them. Give back to your community. Number four, believe in something. If you're not passionate about something in your life, you're missing out on something that is essential to a happy life. Find something to believe in, and when you do, work for it and sacrifice for it. When you believe and have faith, you can accomplish just about anything in this life. Follow your heart. Number five, last but not least, give something back. All of you are blessed in some way, or you would not be sitting here ready to graduate. You might be really smart, creative, musical, or athletic. Whatever gift that you have been given, you are obligated to use it to help others, your parents, your community, or even your country. Do something useful with your life. Make a difference in other people's lives. Make a mark on this earth, not just because you should, but also because those who do for others usually are the happiest people on earth. So as you go along your road of life, love your parents, don't let others define you, take chances, stand for something, and give something back. Make a difference in this world, and you're going to make us all proud. Class of 2018, this afternoon, your story does not come to an end today. It's just the beginning. You have lived in a community that cares about you and has prepared you to move forward with all the tools to be successful. And as you've already heard several times, once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar. Members of the Board of Education, I present to you the 2018 graduating class of Westmoore High School.
Sophie Dawn Wortham. Abby Marie Pachin. Connor Lane Joyner. Carson William Curtis. Jordan Bays. Lauren Lin Fung Win. Christopher Michael Pham. Jackson Weldon. Nee Win. Cassandra Ray Kamua. Shane Flandemeyer. Envy Michelle Pham. Summer Adeline Cottom. Daniel James Fitzpatrick. Nikki B. Patel. Simbo Adelia. Young Win. Veronica Zaliva. Brianna Nicole Fleshman. Melissa Huerta. Annabelle Chiho Kim. Tina Pham. Yi Win. Christopher Swan Tran. Jessica Tran. Jacob Mobley. Jin Sung Nam. Callie Michelle Cosgrove. Chloe Marie Mitchum. Eid Saeed Zebin. Anna Minji Yoon. Sarah May McFarland. Christy Toulon Wynn. Cheyenne Ordano. Michael Pham. Fee Bobby Wynn. Anthony Lawrence Corpez. Ryan Matthew Clark. Rachel Pham. Megan Brooke Logan. Charlie Renee McGugan. Destiny Foster. Dara Mai. John Tung Win. Cooper Michael Rogers. Tinhan T. Win. Rochelle Joy Marie Richmond. Brooke Lauren Lee. Hannah Williamson. Albert Wynn. Riley Mize. Jesse Mercer.
Ivana Wilson. Joshua Tate Watts. Tuan Tran. Thomas Flint. Rebecca Samuel. Brian Vin Lee. Jimmy Quo Hui Ma. Kimberly Wynn. Garrett Scott Palmer. Chancellor Cox. Lizzie Wynn. Miranda Rossiter. Kennedy Elizabeth Staten. Sabrina Michelle Harrington. Hannah Lee Sykes. Devin Ian Miles. John Bowie. Olivia Lauren Pope. Allison Ann Stumpf. Madison Bailey Parker. John V. P. Patel. Rebecca Bell Schoolcraft. Morgan Alyssa Martinek. Kelsey Wynn. John Douglas Bullinger. Brianna Kelly. Cameron Loper. Brittany Lee Wynn. Martin Yui Lee. Win Koi Win. Andy Lee. Luke Mills. Jessica Lynn Cowan. Cassidy Sebrin Ruff. Miza Nanaya Hickson. Jake Nicholas Martell. Braxton Borfin. Savannah Sheridan Ragsdale. Alex Nicole Wallace. Madeline Paige Markham. Hannah Noel Beck. Martha Martinez. Dustin Anthony Schmidt. Baron Huffman. Kyle McCullough. Abigail Jensen Rose. Catherine Elizabeth Seeley. Nate Stevens.
Avian Blackburn. Miguel Angel Rodriguez. Sim Christopher. Cooper Michael Knight. Haley Lynn Harris. Paige Aaron Lewis. Alyssa Villanueva. Noelle Medina. Naidra Summer Black Elk Noel. Autumn Edwards. Mitchell Sherman Cox. Iman Zafar Khan. Rachel Lynn Overton. Brooklyn Diane Lynn. Kendra Diane Couton. Ray Rodriguez. Whitney Joy Uten. Ethan Michael Lebeth. Noah Ross Abraham. Riley Elizabeth Mosley. Elise Nicole Walters. Phoenix Strickland. Miranda Woodward. Macy Lauren Rogers. Skylar Camden Taylor. Savannah Aker. James Henderson Hightower. Ryan Elizabeth Eberly. Bailey Brianne Antrim. Shelby Anna Marie Gatton. Braden Michael Markwell. Marissa Marie Alvarez. Ethan Bear. Jackson Dyer. David Blake Haley. Haley Bridgette Krupp. Nicole Leilani Maida. Brianne McCool. Jace Hannah Orlogio. Anna Christine Rose Smoot. Tammy Tang. Aubrey Rose Crook.
Corey Adams.
Joshua Kenneth Pierce.
Amado Alas.
Emily Manzano.
Lucinda Allen.
Dakota Alexander Acosta.
Samantha Anderson.
Jonathan Aguero.
Brandon Angel.
Mashid Ali Muradi.
Aaron Atnip.
Maddie Allen.
Megan Renee Ains.
Bishop Arnell Andrews.
Lane Baldridge.
Lena.
Sydney Ashlyn Beard.
Lena Josephina Wilhelmina Ballinger.
Batiste Berrier Bernico.
Tristan Robert Dale Ballinger.
Brett Lane Billy Meyer.
Michaela Elise Arthur.
Carson Allen Burley.
Angel Avalos Hernandez.
Joel Borja.
Martina Deanna Baker.
Jennifer Brazier.
Sierra Ballantyne.
Caitlin Brennis.
Noah Bautista.
Dakari Britt.
Corey Allen Beckus.
Zacchaeus Tristan Brown.
Aaron Birdwell.
James Vincent Bryan.
Blake Austin Bellows.
Lee Evan Burgess.
Tyler Blake Burkett.
Amelia Burnett.
Nia Bradley.
Aubrey Butler.
Sergio Brand.
Riley Butler.
Jonathan Brewer.
Trinity Alexis Byers.
Maya Genesis Brown.
Gabby Marie Caldwell.
Elena Renee Brumley.
Edson Jesus Cantu.
Lane Bullock.
Hallie Renee Carr.
Isabel Starr Burks.
Richard Chance.
Raven Aaliyah Burris.
Estevan Chavira.
Carl Jordan Butler.
Madison Leah Choate.
Nathaniel Thomas Buxton.
Bailey Taylor Clay.
Damian Bias.
Davion Collins.
Tessa Lisette Bird.
Jose Angel Cortez.
Alyssa Madison Campos.
Dion Mitchell Couch.
Lindsay Shea Corey.
Brandon Dean Crockett.
Caitlin Castle.
Lily Cryer.
Abigail Lynn Chandler.
Wesley Davis.
Braden Blake Chilton.
Jamin David Dawson.
Jacob Andrew Clark.
Evelyn De La Torre Chavez.
Jasmine Renee Caswell.
Brian Delling.
Doug Collins.
Lance D. DeWitt.
Deanna Mitchell Couch.
Sean Dietland.
Chelsea V. Cano Alvarez.
Destiny Lachey DeRoe. Jordan Sky Drury.
Akeem Deshaun Davis.
Evan Samuel Dudick.
Hannah Dawson.
Angelique Duhame.
Laura Janat DeGara. Gardo.
Rory Ashley Caprice Duran.
Jennifer Eileen DeLaura.
Jordan Ellis.
Angelica Nicole Diaz.
Ryan Renee Epperly.
Ethan Wyatt Dahmer.
Genesis Evangelista.
Jeffrey Michael Douglas.
Alicia Ewing.
Justin Desan Crab.
Aaron D. Farah.
Carly Duff.
Noah Zachary Feigard.
Preston Dunning.
Michelle Alessandra Filomeno.
Mason El Harif.
Carson Flowers.
Jennifer Quinn Enzi.
Riley Jane Folsom.
Michael Paul Estrada.
Jaden Ray French.
Gavin Evans.
Dawson Fuller.
Kennedy Taylor Farber.
Darion Garcia.
Keith Taz Fafich.
Hannah Marie Gassaway.
Sydney Rianne Files.
Angela Garcia.
Tyshante Shalina Unique Fleeks.
Hunter Gavin.
Gabriel Flowers.
Braxton William George.
Brianna Andrea Frere.
Brandon Gibson.
Taylor Brooke French.
Addison Alex Gilliam.
Savannah Dawn Fuquay.
Tony Gomez.
Jaime Garcia.
Seth Goldsby.
Carly Raquel Garrett.
William Graham III.
Cade Gates.
Jeremiah Gray.
Danielle Gayski.
Jason Green.
Kayla Nicole Gibson.
Parker Griffin.
Rio Danae Gilbert.
Bernie Guerra.
Bailey Faith Gillum.
John Gutteridge.
Riley Diane Gower.
Caleb John Xavier Wesley.
Brett Graham.
Gabrion Israela Hamilton.
Kiera Marche Gray.
Shamer William Hardman.
Chrissy Dawn Gregg.
Brianna Nicole Harrell.
Peyton Riley Griffin.
Paige Leigh Harvey.
Joseph Wilson Gilbo.
Day Chanel Manaya Hodder.
Brinley Haggy.
Alexis Hayes.
Elizabeth Hall.
Brianna Nicole Haynes.
Cody Hampton.
Aaron Henry.
Madeline Page Harper.
Eric Hernandez.
Kobe Alexander Harrison Ford.
Valeria Hernandez Rees.
William Michael Hatchell.
Chase Hibbard.
Mackenzie Lynn Hayes.
Dakota Dwayne Hicks.
Ramsey Hayden.
Kenyon Jaylee Hodges.
Spencer Dean Hendon.
Heaven Hornbeck.
Brayley Henry.
Justin Housley.
Isaiah Javier Hernandez.
Miguel Hurtado.
Isabella Grace Herrera.
Tom Hoy.
Keegan Andrew Hibbard.
Lori Ingram.
Jaron Hightower.
Princey Robert Jennings.
Juniper Tuwalami Hill.
Okay. Justin Michael Johnson.
Braden James Holbrook.
Brianna Nicole Jones.
Tommy Ray Hornbeck.
Jacob Jones.
Carly Elizabeth Hurt.
Landra Jones.
Sierra Mackenzie Hutchinson.
Tieria Dwayne Jones.
Tiana Wynn.
Tadarius Dwayne Jones.
Jose Acobo.
Hunter Kellogg.
Christopher Johns.
Garrett Lashane King.
Mr. Marshawn Johnson.
Chase Alexandria Richardson.
Georgia Paige Jones.
Christian Knight.
Justin Adam Jones.
Liv Rose Costed.
Madison Michelle Jones.
Jason Laguna.
Madison Eshawn Jones. Madison Eshell Jones.
Tony Lambert.
Shyla Chantel Jones.
Damian Laster.
Anthony Douglas Kelly.
Tien Lee.
Megan Cherie Kelly.
Bryson Lewis.
Mercedes Nicole Kinney.
Brian Lopez Jr.
Mallory Kish.
John Lozano.
Caitlin Renee Knight.
Felipe Machuca.
Allison Cradwell.
Mary Elizabeth Markham.
Christopher Lancaster.
Mackenzie May Massey.
Max LaVenture.
Cameron Danette Matney.
Jack Leggett.
Christian Guzman Mazaregos.
Tara Longobardi.
Dylan McDaniel.
Ileana Andrea Lopez.
Kennedy Renee McKenzie.
Dejan Lamar Looper.
Connor McReynolds.
Naya Denise Manuel.
Michaela Shea Miller.
Juan Martinez.
Thomas Charles Bradley Miller.
Mallory Mathis.
Caitlin Ashley Miller.
Shane Mays.
Angel Morales.
Kendra McBride.
Taylor Mize.
Joshua Drew McIntyre.
Riley Paige Mooney.
Zoe Grace McLemore.
Josiah Moreno Jr.
Eduardo Medina.
Dakota Morrison.
Ryan Scott Miller.
Delvion Morton.
Sarah Marie Lang.
Ryan Mulqueen.
Hannah K. Miller.
Braylee Nicole Murray.
Brian LaRon Mills Jr.
Grayson Pipes Mebkin.
Violet Mix.
Aiden Lee Newville.
Brittany Monroe.
Michael Wynn.
Alan Moreno.
Tone Wynn.
Luke Morris.
Wilson Wynn.
LaQuandria Morrison.
Caitlin Nicole Oden.
Zachary Morton.
Erica Orafici.
Brandolyn Murray.
Derek Brendan Ortiz.
Calum Metty Marble.
Ryan Christopher Ottman.
Alan Wynn.
Guy Passini.
Ryan Tin Wynn.
Wyatt Park.
Wingney Wynn.
Raj Deepak Patel.
Sydney Kilo Maley Nola.
Bradley Cole Penrod.
Nicholas Olode.
Joaquin Perez.
Kevin Ortega.
Lauren Michelle Perry.
Carson Osborne.
Amy Pham.
Jace Owens.
Nancy Fan.
James Palmer.
Amaya Lynn Phillips.
Clayton Parkinson.
Jackson Pierce.
Matthew Paulding.
Desiree Rakestroff.
Adrian Perez.
Judith Elizabeth Ramirez.
Ajane Nicole Ann Perkins.
Taylor Renee Redden.
Trey Petty.
Lizette Rakena.
John Fan.
Zachary Chase Rhodes.
Andrew James Phelps.
Ian Wesley Ritchie.
Peyton Asher Phillips.
Emmanuel Rikiki.
Jerome Castro.
Jesse Roberts.
David Ramirez.
Blake Robinette. Sorry.
Micah Tommy Ramirez.
Elizabeth Rocha.
Sydney Hope Michelle Renault.
Tyler Baker Rogers.
Anayeli Reyes.
Kaylin Renee Rogers.
Samuel Richardson.
Arena Romero.
Dominic Rikiki.
Robert Resuit.
Chandler Hayes Riley.
Andreas Ricardo Rui.
Raven Roberts.
Tanner Ellis Rutteridge.
Kiana Robinson Leonard.
Drake Andrew Simonego.
Isaiah Jared Rodham.
Isaac Sanchez.
Aurora Rodriguez.
Vanessa Sanchez.
Chandra Lee Rogers.
Keely Shea Saxton.
Kyle Roper.
Diavion Schwitzer.
Kelsey Rosell.
Sydney Sidoria.
Maggie Jean Russell.
Katie Sue Schulten.
Alex Ryan.
Selena Smith.
Adrian Ortega.
Tristan Smith.
Oscar Salmonega.
Vashti Smith.
Samantha Ariel Sanchez.
Nicholas Soriano.
Taylor Sanders.
Abigail Michaela Sutherland.
Austin Schaefer.
Catherine Standerfer.
Hunter Wade Siegel.
Carson Thomas Stewart.
Bailey Ann Siegel.
Brandon Douglas Stewart.
Jerry Michael Sell.
JC K. Stonebreaker.
Michaela Brooke Shaw.
Julian Strang.
Justice Ray Smith.
Marcus Allen Swafford.
Taya Naveen Smith.
Chloe Marie Talavera.
Stephen Sharp.
Aubrielle Nelda Taylor.
Savannah Snyder.
Camilla Tallow.
Kaylee Sosa.
Raquel Tipton. Okay, I did that on the left.
Kenyari Springs.
Josie Nicole Topai.
Ashton Stevens.
Reese Townsend.
Ethan Stewart.
Nelson Tran.
Caleb Stingley.
Angela Jacqueline Trejo.
George E. Story.
Emma Claire Trowbridge.
Jade Alexis Strickland.
Spencer Vasquez.
Aaliyah Nicole Tabera.
Marie Claire Maupin Verdicio.
Noah Taylor.
Demarie Zakeith Vick.
Caleb Thompson.
Bradley Wayne Walker.
Shaolin Tiger.
Taylor Renee Wall.
Leonardo Toe.
Michaela Marie Wallace.
Caesar Roe Ignacio Torres.
James Alexander Walters.
Cindy Tran.
Dayla Janice Washington.
Alexis Patricia Trexler.
Travis Watson.
William Uche.
Ivan Wheeler.
Rebecca Lynn Vaughn.
Mackenzie Rhiannon Ritlow.
Brendan Verhelli.
Jack Wilkin.
Bray Walker.
Rachel Lewis Williams.
Laura Ashley Caitlin Wallace.
Sarah Abigail Wilson. Lainey Wolf.
Eric Walters.
Gavin Joseph Wood.
Justin Ward.
Keely Wood.
Emily Paige Watson.
Sarah Wood.
Rachel Marie Young.
April Yonda. Nicholas Dalrymple Young. Layla Zarkashan.
At this time, would the senior members of the combined choirs make their way to join the rest of the choir? We would now like to invite all of the alumni in attendance to stand to join the graduating class of 2018 as they stand to sing the Westmoore High School alma mater. For those who may have forgotten the words, please refer to the back of the commencement program.
No, stay right there. I don't know. Hold on, am I saying this? Okay. Should I wait? Okay. Okay. Traditions have been a part of Westmoore High School from the very beginning. Now for the last tradition of the year, I read you this quote by John F. Kennedy. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans. He is referring to the new frontier to let a new generation take over, and now that is exactly what we are doing. For the class of 2018, pass the torch with pride, spirit, knowledge, and with a great deal of honor and tradition to the class of 2019. May it ever light their path and search for wisdom and knowledge, and may you keep Westmoore's flame alive, to light and relight, to pass and repass this torch from this day forward.
On behalf of the class of 2019, I accept this torch and pledge to uphold the standards of excellence and the traditions established by the class of 2018 and all former senior Jaguar classes of Westmoore High School.
Senior class of 2018, you have received your diplomas from the Board of Education, and the torch that we have carried for the last year has been passed on to those who follow in our footsteps, as we have followed those 29 graduating classes who have preceded us.
Seniors, in a few minutes, our counselors will guide us in exiting the arena floor to join our families outside of the arena. Before we do that, there are two final traditions of our senior year.
Having completed the formal portion of these commencement exercises, it is now time for the celebratory portion of our graduation. This is the part you've been waiting for. Senior class of 2018, please stand.
Westmoore High School senior class of 2018, it is my pleasure to instruct you to change your tassels. Now it is time for you to participate in the final tradition of our senior year. Please locate your celebratory roll of crepe paper and prepare to throw it at the end of the fight song. Parents and guests, you might want to focus your cameras on the center of the arena floor. Seniors, please stand, lock it up one final time, and join together as we sing. Okay, are we singing? How do we do it? Just how do we start it? Okay, ready? Wait, what? Fight song. Okay. What do we do now? Oh my god, I'm so stressed. I'm so stressed. What are we doing right now? What do we do? At the end. Jaguar, stand three, stars, stand up for Westmoore. Not yet, not yet.
Class of 2018, it's time to go out and make a difference. You are dismissed.